There you go. I'm live everywhere. But some would say I was live before this. Anyway, hi everybody. I'm back again. This time, I'm just basically chatting about what I've been doing this week. And I mean, I had like an idea, but I don't know where to start with it. Because here's the thing with my background being comics, I feel confident to be able to talk about comics because I've been drawing and doing illustrations for so long. I've been storytelling though. I mean, I have been storytelling for about as long as I've been able to draw because I've been expressing myself that way. Um, but when it comes to things like grammar and fine points of literary function, that's not something I'm comfortable talking about. And even because I've been thinking about this a lot, is what do I want this to be? Because my journey, like I could go into progress on what I'm doing, which is not a problem. Except for my journey is not, I mean, and I guess this could be said for everybody. But my basic journey isn't even what most people's is. Most people didn't inherit a bunch of novels that they have to then edit and get out into the world, along with trying to produce their own work. So that's where my journey, my creative journey is going to be different for many people. So I'm going to be talking about editing. And when I'm saying editing, I'm not talking about revising my own stuff. There will be that as well. But right now, I'm in, like, and this is the other thing too, because I'm working on a lot of editing. I have like over 50 books that need to be edited, that need to be structurally edited. Some of them need to be rewritten entirely. Different levels. Some just need slight tweaking and they're good to go. But I still have to do all of that. And as a result, and getting those books done is kind of priority right now because I want to get as much of that work done as possible. Same time, I'm trying to find a balance with my own work. Which is pretty much languished. I was kind of grumbly about it, and I was trying to make some headway with one of my books, and I need to get back to it because it's supposed to be, I got it put forth for an award, so I need to try and continue on the series. Otherwise, it's going to be very unfortunate if I don't continue. So, and I've been stuck for a little while. I think I'm over that. I think I'm really, really close to it, but it's, I mean, because I basically have the whole entire story, the next comic, it's ready to go. Like I have all basically the outlining done. I just need to get the artwork done and get the pages done. So there's that. And that's what I'm thinking. That's what I haven't really worked on it this week. I was working on another comic, which is just a very long running comic of mine that for some reason, my brain just said, yes, here's another issue, even though it had been on hiatus for a long time because I just felt done with it. But now apparently I'm not done with it, and I'm ready to do some more work with it. I don't know. But what have I been working on this week? This week I've done some drawing. I have a comic blog that I have sometimes updated. It's mostly just process, but like strictly limited to comics and also distribution, but distributing comics and that sort of thing. So very comic centric. Um, I was working on uploading a bunch of books to some different platforms, which that is book related and therefore writing related and therefore relevant to this channel. Although for me, like I said, in my mind, comics and books, they're the same delivery system. So I will count some of my comics in my discussions around working on books because it's valid. And especially considering what I'm trying to do now is bridge some gaps that I was seeing. I wasn't giving myself full opportunities with my comics because I wasn't putting them in every place that I could. I was very, very limited in what I was doing. So that's changed. I'm working on changing that. Yeah. I don't know. And I've been thinking about how could I, a person who comes from comics, how could I talk about craft, about storycraft? I mean, I can talk somewhat about that, but I think when I talk on this channel about it, it's going to be more from a me learning perspective because I cannot come from a place of authority. I can't, and I will not come from a place of authority on this. Yeah. I'm thinking about, I have some books, and I've talked about it earlier, of some books I'm going to go over. This is where the other problem comes in. I'd be more comfortable talking about craft all the time if I was routinely writing, and writing as much as many other people do. Because I'm editing focused right now, I'm not writing, which is also bothering me because in the back of my head, it's just another thing that I'm not getting done. Because for me, I have so many things going on. I get to choose what I'm focusing on, and everything else gets to sit by the wayside while I'm trying to focus on the one thing, so I can actually get the one thing done rather than trying to pick off every little thing and get nothing done. Having said that, I would like to see more balance in being able to tackle more than one thing at a time, because getting too focused on one thing it's detrimental to me, only because I keep on the back of my mind keeps on thinking about all these things that I'm not getting done. But not just that, but like when you don't use certain creative muscles, things get lax, and I don't want to lose any of my creative ability just because I'm trying to focus on something. That is one of the reasons why this morning I wrote a really crappy like super short story. Really crappy. Like it's been a long time since I've written that kind of bad, which is fine. I was beginning to wonder about it because most of what I had been writing was okay. I hadn't really written anything crappy, which makes me nervous because if I'm not writing something crappy, does that mean that I'm just not seeing it, and it is, all of it is bad, but I'm just not seeing it? Or is it just because, you have that one that you're not that good. not that brilliant. I am, especially considering I'm not that confident. How about that? I'm really, really not confident that I am fantastic in writing. So having that happen this morning was actually really, really refreshing for me, because it's like, okay, I have some moments where I'm writing bad things that just are not going to work. And then I got some drawing done this morning, just some doodles, but like for me, it's a nice stopgap to be able to get a little bit of writing done, some doodles done, and that means I can actually, it means I'm touching creative processes, which is helping me stay focused on what I need to get done, which is edits, because I've set myself a lofty goal. I'm on chapter 9 out of 15, and today's Thursday. I literally have 1 week to get the remaining 7 chapters done. So that's 1 chapter a day, has to get done. Will I do it? I don't think so, but I'm going to try. That means some really long nights, but I want to be able to get this done for the 15th so I can spend the rest of the month focusing on other projects and also just taking a break from this one so I'm not in it anymore. I just need to take the time and let it rest so I can come back to it, because I have more editing to do after that. There's some things, like when I first read it out loud, because I think I've gone through both. I've gone through both with both of you guys. So both on Twitch and on YouTube, what I'm editing is Stonecaller. And when I read it, not a problem. But now that I'm editing it, I'm just seeing some things that just, even beyond what I already marked out, of needing changing. Not like severe structural changing, just some fine tuning in order to make it work properly. But having said that, like when I was doing the first edit, I'm like, well, no, I need to do some stuff here, make a note here, make a note there for like changing. And that means I have to go back again and change all the places where I made notes. So that's what I'll be doing 2 weeks from next, in 3 weeks time. Basically, 3 weeks time I'll be doing that. And then from there, like what I can do is after, while I'm letting it rest, I can work on some writing, which I really would love to get to work on some writing and some comics. Kind of an even split of both. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty project minded, even though I have I would like to say, do I have anything that's not a project to work on? I just have stories that I've like already thought of that are different stages of completion that I'd like to work on. I don't have anything that's like this close to finishing, but I have some that are well on their way. I have ones that are like, I have one that's like fully, no, I'm not even going to go to that one. I have like a trunk novel that I am curious about, wouldn't mind seeing, but I have other projects that are needling me more intensely than that. That one I'll probably come back to like a few more years. Like it's already been 5 years since I wrote this thing. And I already know like there's this one part of it where I'm just like, I have to remove this one part that's horrible. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm not reading it over, because I know that I'm gonna cringe when I get to that part. And I know that I did some like, oh well, I just need to put words down here, and I put whatever was down there. I mean, if you're really stuck, you should try and push through and write it wrong. But it's not even that I want to write a perfect draft, and not even necessarily a super clean draft, but I do want to be able to write something that passes as English, and some parts of that does not pass as English. Anyway, that was me prattling on. I don't know. Like I said, this was one of the ones where I was trying to I tried to like start with a point, but I won't be comfortable. Like I want to do some craft videos, which I think will be really fun, like writing craft, because I have some books that I want to kind of go over and do videos of me going over it and trying to figure it out and getting, pulling apart the book and kind of going, okay, this, and how do I apply it to my writing? In order for me to do that, though, I actually need to be writing, and that's not happening until next week, and which means I probably won't do any video recording until the week after that. So yeah, next Thursday you'll see me kind of having my panic, because that's the final deadline for me, and we'll see how that works out. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Next week will be next week will probably be really interesting no matter which way it goes, because I'm either going to be like, yay, done, or I'm going to be a basket case. It's going to be one extreme or the other. There will not be a middle ground here. That is because I know myself well. At any rate, you all have a good night, and I will talk to everybody soon. YouTube, I owe you a video. I know this to be true. I'm going to try, and I'm going to work on it it's going to be late. It's a late video. You got a video from before because the other video was messed up. I'm going to try and get the video out to you as soon as I can. I'm not going to make any promises on when that's going to be, because I'm going to do my best to try and get the video out to you as soon as I can. But thank you for being patient with me. YouTube people can like and subscribe. Twitch, I think you can subscribe too. You could subscribe. No, maybe it might need to be like, I might need to have more people following me for that. I'm not sure how that works. Just keep an eye out. You'll see me when I come on. Have a good night, guys.